Hi guys, Deanna here. First of all, say hi to my friends. I wanted to add some creativity to my production here. So, the person that I interviewed was my boyfriend. Some of you may say this is cheating, but the reason that I did this is because he has some very interesting viewpoints that he would like to share with the world, and I would like to share those with you. First of all, I asked him, what would you what inspires you to be in the movie production industry? And he said, growing up and realizing that TV made such a big impact on people's lives and that he wanted to be a part of that. He wants to have the same impact on the world. And I thought that that was really awesome. And the second thing was just that people can have fun. Adults can watch Star Wars and Star Trek, and they can be kids. They can have fun as well. And so he thought that that was really awesome. And so the second question that I asked him was, what is your plan of action for making this happen? And he says that what he wants to do is to make some short films, and to gain some online exposure. He said that it's so easy to really get yourself out there, whereas before it wasn't as easy. You had to know the right people. You had to go to film festivals. You had to network, and you had to spend a ton of money recording your film productions because each slide was so very expensive. Whereas today, you can just record over and over again, just as I've kind of done this interview over and over again because I want it to be perfect. But you can do that, and you have technology at your fingertips. So that's what he's going to use for his advantage. And I asked him, what type of productions are you planning on creating? And he said he wants to do two things, documentaries, and he wants to do some sci-fi action comic book stuff. He said that the comic book stuff wasn't really as popular back then. Of course, we know it is now. It's done and done and done over and over again. And so that leads me to my next question that I asked him was, what do you want to do that's different? And he said that, we're seeing the same things over and over again. And the reason is because there's 5 companies, and I'm sure you all know, that own 98% of the media. And so he said that this is an issue because we're only seeing what they want us to see. So he said what he wants to do that's different is bring some different viewpoints in and to shed some light on the way that different people think and feel about things. And so I think that that's really wonderful. Another huge thing that he said that he wants to do is stop the stereotyping. People don't acknowledge what is happening, but there's so much stereotyping with black and white movies, where if you're black, you had to grow up in the projects, you had to have 5 baby mamas, and you had to be incarcerated, or you had to talk a certain way. And so he wants to definitely get away from that and create something that's different. Not all the people in the world are like that. And he wants to share that. He wants to give minorities a chance to be the smart one, to be the privileged one, to be the one that grew up in a good neighborhood, and present them in that light because that does exist. And so another question that I asked him was, what do you think that the world needs more televised exposure to? And the answer that he gave me was interesting. He said, the news. He said that right now, with all the different social issues, we have extreme right and we have extreme left. And he said that it's not necessarily bad or wrong points of view, but he said that we need different points of view. Again, this is his main concern, is that the media is controlled by those 5 major companies. So he said that it would be very good for people to branch out and get their news and their world news from different places, and to see more points of view and let them discern what reality is to them. And so the last question that I asked him was, what conflicts have arisen from you trying to pursue the film production industry? And he said that, it is very difficult where we do have technology and we are able to get ourselves out there. You do kind of have to know the right people, and you do have to have a lot of money to be able to fund your projects. So even if you have a really creative idea and you have a great film that you can get out there, if you don't have that backing and support and that, that powerful person that's going to be behind you, that's going to push your production, it's kind of hard to get out there and get noticed. But he does plan on trying, and he does plan on giving it a shot. So I really hope that he makes it happen. And I just hope that you guys get to see it as well. His name is Joseph Jackson. So keep a lookout for his movie productions. And I know that he's going to do something different and he's really going to make a difference in the world. And so thank you for watching my interview. And I really look forward to watching yours as well.